Some people among the Muslims have actually mixed the idea of law of attraction with religion. So some of them brought in dua and prayer and dhikr. And they say, if you make enough dua, if you make enough dhikr, if you make enough prayers, then you can manifest certain things with the law of attraction. And this is mixing deen with shirk. It's the same thing. And it's an innovation of religion. I wanted to open up with this introduction because of the topic which has confused, unfortunately, even a lot of Muslims now, including those who are religious and are knowledgeable even, who have gotten confused with the concept of this thing called law of attraction and manifestation. Now, brothers and sisters, I find that it's affected more our sisters, women, in this idea of law of attraction and manifestation. In fact, there are some sisters who are now online, they make posts trying to explain it, in favor of it. And there are brothers also who think of it as well. It actually crept into the Muslim world, and now I feel, or there are more Muslims who are asking me about it. So I thought maybe it's a good time to talk about it, because it can be the dividing line between Tawheed and Shirk, between monotheism and polytheism, belief and disbelief. So let's have a look at it, insha'Allah ta'ala, and how it relates to this hadith that we had just read. So what we're going to talk about tonight is, what does Islam say about energy healing, healing through meditation, healing through Reiki? It's a law similar to yoga. Law of attraction, manifestation, astral projection, astrology, yoga, and the likes. All of these have a connection to this idea called the law of attraction and manifestation. There is a beautiful book by a good friend and very well-learned expert in atheism and scholar of ideologies, Sheikh Haytham Talat. He wrote a book called Spiritual Atheism. What a very smart title. Spiritual Atheism. It's a new age movement and thought that is based on an ancient idea where a person forgets about God but continues to be spiritual but without God. It's called spiritual atheism. Keep God out of the picture and remain spiritual. And it stems from the ideas of Buddhism, Hinduism, and others. And all of these, they include law of attraction, manifestation, zodiacs, astrology, positive and negative energy. You know, somebody, they say, I feel negative energy in here. My family is toxic. They just give me negative vibes. My work colleagues at work fire this person, that person. Why? Negative energy. Husband and wife. It's toxic, negative energy. Wow, when I'm around this person, it gives out such positive energy. Energy is not a thing, by the way. Did you know that? Energy is nothing. It's not really tangible in science. It's nothing. It's just a capacity that something can do something. So when I move, it's a capacity. It's called energy, but it's not really a thing that you can touch. It's nothing. So when you say energy, there's nothing really there. It's just a capacity. But anyway, we'll talk about that a bit more. I don't want to lose you. What does Islam say about it? Do we believe in it? Do we not? What about certain hadiths and ayat of the Quran that says things like, be optimistic and you will reach it? What about when the Prophet ﷺ told us to be optimistic and not be pessimistic? What about the saying of the Prophet ﷺ, assume well of Allah and you will find it? I am the way you assume of me. Isn't this all part of this idea of if you do something, something will come for you, or you'll attract it? What does Islam say about all these practices? Yoga, astral projection, and energy healing, meditation, and so on. There's a book that was released in 2000, based on a film in 2006 called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, claiming to reveal the great mystery of the universe. Obviously, it's a pseudoscience book. There's nothing to do with science, but it uses scientific language. And it actually dares to go and use quantum physics language. Because that's how it is, right? When I want to bring an idea to you, I've got to convince you. And by the way, this is all commercialized now. The law of attraction is commercialized. There's coaches, there's people who offer you courses to go and do healing classes. And it's all, may I say in the most, I'll say in the most polite terms, it's just merely buffoonery. You know what buffoonery is? When a buffoon talks like that. It's got nothing to do with science whatsoever. So let's go to the definition. What is law of attraction? Two other names commonly used, as I said, manifestation and lucky girl syndrome. Have you heard of that one? Lucky girl syndrome. Gosh, girl, when you're around, everything happens good. You got a lot of luck. So, lucky girl syndrome, manifestation. It is an ancient belief strongly associated with Hinduism, Buddhism, ancient Egyptian beliefs and others, that in this universe, there are frequencies of energy and vibrations that you give out. And in this universe there are frequencies of energies, and that if your energy matches the right frequency of this universe, you'll contract positive energy or repel negative energy and get what you desire, manifestation. Or you repel what you don't desire. In other words, your thoughts, what you think in here and what you intend and your goals, just by thinking very hard, your thoughts send out vibrations to the universe, and the universe somehow decodes your thoughts and responds to you. That's the idea of law of attraction. And those who believe in it, its believers claim that it is a universal law, like it's some kind of law that is just fact. But in fact it's metaphysical law, meaning it's not part of science. You can't test it. It dictates that like always attracts like, and negative always attracts negative. In other words, positive attracts positive, negative attracts negative. If you're positive enough, you'll attract positive things around you. If you're a negative type, you attract negative. Positive energy attracts positive energy, negative energy attracts negative energy. Just by thinking a lot. Some of them, they go further than that. They say you've got to think a lot, you've got to intend, you've got to say it, affirmations, and write it. Some people do that. And then they say, it happened, man, it happened. Just by thinking, intending, saying and writing. Nothing else, right? And these same people will tell you, oh, but look, it doesn't mean you don't do. But come on, man, you just said it's about thoughts and positive energy and frequencies and I don't know what. So if you focus on positive thoughts and positive mindset, you will attract positive energy from the universe, repel negative energy and give out positive energy. And that if you focus on negative thoughts and negative mindset, you will attract negative energy, repel positive energy, and give out negative energy. We have to get the definitions right, so I'm repeating it to you in different ways. I don't want to lose you. Basically speaking, let's make it a bit more basic. Basically speaking like this. The universe, this big cosmos with all planets and everything, this hundreds of billion-year-old universe, listens to our thoughts. Now you got it. The universe listens to your thoughts and your desires and your intentions, and then gives us those desires because we focused hard enough on it in our thoughts. If you think it hard enough, it will come. That's the idea of law of attraction. Essentially, it's a belief that the universe possesses awareness. It has a mind of its own. It's aware of these 8 billion earthlings and their thoughts and intentions, each and every one of us here. Our feelings and our thoughts, and then the universe prioritizes our thoughts and intentions to gift us with our deepest yearnings. Does everybody understand that now? All right. In Islam, there is a term for that. It's called Wahdat al-Wujud. It's an ancient belief that stems from polytheism. It's actually not even polytheism, it's worse than that. It's called pantheism, Wahdat al-Wujud, unity of existence. Have you ever heard the term, we are all in one and one in all? We are all one and one in all. That the cosmos, the reality and God are all identical, they're all one. The universe is God, in other words. But they just don't call it God. Obviously this is, in Buddhism this is a practice, a very deep belief. In Hinduism it's there, and in other ancient religions. The law of attraction also means that nature doesn't like vacuum. What does that mean? In this universe, there are so many atoms and things, there's no space. So what you've got to do is you've got to take out bad space so that good space can come in. I'll tell you what it means. It's like this, that, for example, you're at home, you clearing your clutter and unwanted things, rearranging in an order and a design clears the vacuum to attract new things. I know a story of a woman who got married and didn't like her husband a few years down the track. Instead of looking at the causes, the reasons, how they're communicating, trying to talk about it, she decided to go to these people who've got this idea about the law of attraction. And they told her that to reorganize her house order, her furniture, to declutter, park her car differently and so on, and you will attract the right husband and get rid of the negative husband. So, like that. The idea is truly spiritual atheism. Get rid of God and the universe becomes the God. Have you ever heard the statements, the universe has been kind to me. I thank the universe. The universe gave me. The cosmos or whatever you call it. These are very big statements. And you'll find that these types of people they love this idea because it separates you from rules, from commands, from God, from a hereafter. It's comfortable, it's nice, because there's no real responsibility here. Just you think, and get what you want. If you can match the right frequency. What is that frequency? Allahu A'lam. Some people among the Muslims have actually mixed the idea of law of attraction with religion. So some of them brought in dua and prayer and zikr. And they say, if you make enough dua, if you make enough zikr, if you make enough prayers, then you can manifest certain things with the law of attraction. And this is mixing deen with shirk. It's the same thing. And it's an innovation of religion. Let me look at it scientifically. And then I'm going to go religious, and we'll go talking about each one of them one by one, inshallah, and let's talk how it affects us. Scientifically. So this book, The Secret, by Rhonda Burns, uses claims to be based on science and borrows phrases from quantum physics. You'll find this in Live Science website. And the law of attraction is false in science in 4 different ways. Number 1, in physical science, the law is widely considered to be pseudoscience or religion couched in scientific language, and there is no scientific evidence supporting this law. No scientist or scientific institute has ever termed this belief as a law. Where did they get this terminology from? When did it become a law? Number 2, in physics, same things do not attract. In fact, in physics, opposites attract. You can't get positive and attract positive. A positive attracts negative. That's in physics. Like the magnet. When you put positive on positive, it repels, correct? When you put positive to negative, it attracts. But that doesn't mean that that's how we work in our life. We're talking physical, like they're saying science. In science, there's nothing like that. Number 3, the change on a human body as a whole, the electric charge of a human body as a whole is electrically neutral. You know, we have in our body electrons, protons, neutrons. All of that is neutral, our entire body. There's nothing more positive about our body or more negative. So when I touch you or you touch me, I'm not increasing your positivity, nor am I increasing your negativity. Our bodies remain neutral. Positive and negative are neutral in the body. Electrons, protons, and neutrons. Therefore, the body can neither attract anything nor repel anything. But they say, no, the body and how you think can attract and repel and increase and decrease. Buffoonery. Number 4, those who support this law claim that energy is tangible, meaning it's a physical thing that you can touch. In physical science, this is of course false. Energy is not a thing you can touch, it's just a capacity. And so they think they can get energy, harness it, make it big, make it small, attract, give, take. There's nothing like that. So it's just the object's ability to move or do work. If energy was an object and this law was true, then the success rate for anybody who believes in law of attraction will be 100%. You can attract things that are real energy. But according to one of the experts featured in the film, the book, The Secret, his name is John Assaraf, the success rate of manifestation in the law of attraction is 0.1%. Example, according to this law of attraction, if I want to win the lottery, I merely have to go there and think really hard, and I can win the lottery. If I think of being thin, the universe will respond and make me thin. If I want a new car, I'll think about it really hard, and the universe will respond and facilitate that for me. I'll have a new car. In the book, The Secret, if you have a plane crash, or you die of a disease, or a child dies of a disease, it's their fault. So it's because they didn't match the right frequency. And of course, neither frequency nor vibrations can attract anything, nor does the human body have the characteristics of attraction. The human body has a whole neutral charge. It cannot attract or repel anything. This is all from a scientific perspective. Not only that, it creates mental illnesses. How? The law of attraction makes a person a victim. Makes the person blame themselves. I didn't think hard enough. I didn't intend well enough. That's why it didn't happen. Not only that, the law of attraction goes into families and can separate families and disunite family ties. How? If they believe in the law of attraction, then the people who are around them that they are stuck with, their family, their wife, their husband, their children, if they believe that they're not meeting the right frequency and they're on a different frequency, they've got to move away from them. That's why the idea of toxicity and moving away from family and cutting them off, individualistic societies, it's a new age type of movement. Your frequency doesn't match my frequency. I don't know what that means. So, let's say somebody has a mental issue. What they're supposed to do, what they're advised to do is get a support group. But the law of attraction will tell them No, don't go to that support group, because that support group doesn't match your frequency, so you shouldn't be around them. Again, empathy and compassion towards others is also low with law of attraction, because they're not on the same frequency as you. And they say the universe acts. You don't act, the universe acts. So my brothers and sisters, instead of that, we say, inside of us, Allah has given us willpower. Yani, if you have a good intention and you have a positive mindset and you are optimistic and you rely on Allah, then it comes with action. Plan, act, do, rely on Allah, and the outcome is for Allah. And the idea of being optimistic as a Muslim means, oh Allah, whatever outcome comes out of this, I know that you know better than me, and I will accept it and assume well of Allah. The law of attraction is the opposite. You have to get what you want. It's about you, what you want. And that by fixating on the universe, the universe is the objective, and you will get it, definitely. So it defies the belief of qadr, that everything's in the control of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We come back to opposing this entire teaching of deen. By the way, Christianity and Judaism also, they reject the law of attraction and manifestation. So there's no such thing as if you do something, the energy goes out and it hits a frequency and the universe gives you something back. If a person's in a plane crash and then you've got 200 people in the plane, they say if it had a crash, it's your fault because you didn't match the right energy. Well, all 200 people in the aeroplane, the universe just blames everybody? And it's, again, a complete fallacy. My brothers and sisters, in Islam, if you do positive things, there is a possibility that Allah rewards you with something positive, but not necessarily. Or it may be positive, but you don't see it as positive. You may not like it. So what happens in our world now is, unfortunately, a lot of people tend to think negatively about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if something doesn't go their way, majority of people, Ibn al-Qayyim rahmatullah alayhi, he speaks in his book about this. He says, if you looked at the majority of people of the world, when it comes to assuming of their Lord, what do they assume? If things don't go the way that they wanted them to go, they start thinking that Allah has betrayed them. It's not fair. Why me? That shouldn't be. So when Allah says, think well of Allah, it means no matter what the outcome, be patient and think well of Him. Even if you don't see it good right now, it'll be good for you somewhere else. But if you're going to take that attitude, Allah is bad, why don't things go for me, why? This is what starts, the shaitan comes and leads you towards these buffoonery type of ideologies. To leave God all alone and just rely on the universe, which really is an imaginary thing. My brothers and sisters, the universe doesn't know anything about you. The universe can't read anybody. So, who is the creator of the universe? Allah. In Islam, we believe in qadar. Religiously, believing in the law of attraction and manifestation, that the universe will give you, if you take, positive energy, and the universe will give you back, this is open shirk. This is open shirk. If I believe that the universe has power to respond to my thoughts, then what is there a greater shirk than that? I've left nothing in creation except that I've made into a God instead of Allah. That's the meaning of shirk. Do you get it? Every atom, every subatomic matter, the sun, the moon, right to the end of the universe, all of it can know the unseen about every person. And who's the only one who knows the unseen? Allah. And the universe has no power to do that. So that is shirk akbar, major shirk. Now a person might say, what if I believe that Allah has created laws of attraction? That Allah is the one that's doing it, and I'm asking Allah, and then He facilitates the laws of attraction for me. Then I say to you, this is not shirk in Allah, but there's another type of shirk called shirk in cause. You made shirk with Allah in cause and effect. You're still putting trust in created things when nobody told you that Allah never told you that. There's nothing in Islam, past or present, in the whole Quran, about the law of attraction. Nothing. So where did they get it from? Hindus, Buddhists, and some people's ideas who are commercializing off you. For people who already are overthinkers, for people who already probably are on the verge of some mental illness, for people who are having rough time in their life, they commercialize off you and lead you astray. Islam came to make you free of all of that. It is only you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.